I'm going to be reviewing my most recent over-the-board chess battle and summarizing my plan for chess both online and over the board for the remainder of 2025. In case you are new or any members of the chess army have not already heard my plan. I did lose today. I blew a lead. And as I was driving away, I have my routines. Of course, my phone is not on. I still haven't checked my phone today. On the days I play chess, I try to wait until my game's over, I've reviewed it, and I've taken at least a 10-minute nap. So once I get to my landmark, which is usually the highway, I allow myself to begin thinking about the game. I'm trying to just clear my mind. But I'm human, and it crept in. My gosh, that was an easy win. I had him beat bad, and I needed it too. What's wrong with me? I don't deserve to play chess. I'm too old. Attractive girls I've met at karaoke give a kind of a fake smile or a good luck with that if they're looking for something serious. And I'm husband material, ladies. Chess. I had a friend that played chess. He started when he was 4. How old are you? Older than 4. So all these thoughts are racing through my mind as I'm leaving the chess club today. And I saw a sign that said, basically, thoughts be with those who lost their homes in the St. Louis tornado. And some died too. You forgot to mention that bad sign. And of course, in that area where I played chess, some homes were completely destroyed and businesses. Some are being rebuilt now, and some you can just see them torn to pieces. Huh. I guess they're going to sleep in a tent for a minute. Gosh, my chess battle isn't that big of a deal in the scheme of things. I'm not going to quit. I have a positive attitude, learn from my mistakes. Which brings me to my plan for online chess. My peak rating in online chess in all-time controls is well over 2,000. My highest is 2,074 in bullet. I'll end up at least 2,300 before I quit or get a chance to do it full time. And that's how I am. I go and go and go when I'm into something, and then I either stop or I keep going. I don't really know for the long term how to just find a middle ground. So online chess is really destroying my life. Tyler One had some interesting thoughts on that too. I know he got really addicted to it. Those are the types of brains that figure it out. Of course, you have to be obsessive. But it got to the point I couldn't even drive to the gas station without playing an online chess game or doing a puzzle, seriously. And I live within walking distance from a gas station. What I've done well is I've not played Rapid online. And if you lose a few in Rapid or you face a cheater and you spiral, it can take months to rebuild it because it's a longer game. So I've only played speed chess, and I only will play speed chess online for the remainder of this year. First, I'm going to attack Blitz. My peak in Blitz is 2039. After I get that to 2100, which is very doable, might not happen immediately, but it's doable, I will go to my bullet, and I will get that to 2100, which currently my bullet is 2010. Lastly, I will focus on puzzles. Only puzzles. And I'm mostly going to play online chess in between shifts at work. I'm already there. I don't need to be scrolling on Facebook. That'll give me something productive to do. And it will allow me free time to go to meetups, walk my dog, and enjoy life. Most importantly, be rested for over the board. So to summarize, my priorities for chess. 1,800 over the board. I'm going to get there. speed chess numbers above 2100 by the end of this year. It'll happen way before then. And I'll return to Rapid January 1st of 2026. Kick off the new year with, it won't be a speed run because it's getting to where there are some good players, but I'm better than 2014, which is my current Rapid and peak right now. So I will win a lot of games, and we'll see if I can get to 2100 in Rapid in 1 or 2 days on January 1st, 2026. For now, let's review my last game. It's hard to look at, but it is only a 26-minute game, and I'm not used to that format over the board. Still, just pathetic. Pathetic loss here. And the type of loss that makes me mad enough to actually not play online chess. I know everyone who struggles with addiction of any sort and then relapses says, I'm done, really this time. The type of pain I was feeling in my heart and my mind after this loss, he was rated 15-20, and he just had a pretty good event, so he might be rated higher than that. It's the type of pain that makes you say, all right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm enjoying life. And I'm going to show up ready to go. Even if I don't play or read during the week, it would be better than showing up tired after playing online chess and working all night. If I work all night, that's fine. It's relaxing. But I can't keep playing online chess. Okay, I had the white pieces. Play the Roy Lopez. He knows not to kick my bishop, which is fine. The castle. I could explain all this, but if you've played much chess, you'll get it. Pretty passive move there, but now he's gonna kick my bishop. Yeah, I figured that was not near the best move. That's not a good move. And I made a bad move though. It was myself apparently. I'm supposed to take it and then kick it. Yeah, what am I doing? See, I had in my head to just make sure I get out of the open quickly with the white pieces because I'm not going to have a disadvantage. And these kids are playing. Well, this was a kid. There's actually some people my age or much older. But when you're playing a kid, you know they're completely rested. I don't mean this mean because my family has some money, but they probably come from a little bit of money to be able to afford chess lessons and have parents who are into it. It's kind of a prestigious game. So you have to have someone get you into it. And if you're any good, which is about this rating for a kid, they're taking lessons with a professional or close to a professional player. And that means they know some openings, so they're going to be quick, and I cannot be behind on time. I'm better than them, but I cannot be behind on time. They know a lot more theory. So he thought for a while there, and that's the only move, which I saw immediately. And I have two options from what I looked at. I guess bishop g5, but really there's nothing to think about. So I'm way ahead on time here, and he spent a little bit of time thinking on that move before he took, which he shouldn't have. Okay, and then here. Yeah, the only move I figured. Yep, and I can't do that, really. Thought I could. Damn. That's what I would have played. Or I shouldn't do that. I wouldn't say I can't do that. Terrible, Dayton. Wait, what? You castle long. Okay, and of course I have to do that. You can't take with your queen. You'll lose it. Queen e2, threatening that. That's what I would have played as e5. And I say I'm playing too much online speed chess. I'm playing too much online speed chess. And you can't play like this over the board when people have time to think. Yeah, I would have pushed e4 too. You can tell we're at the same level. And the kid's probably playing too much online chess himself. Develops terrible habits, 15. Yeah, obviously, because I can chip my way out. And now I just understand I'm completely hosing him. Yeah, because then I think he played this, 17. Yeah, because there's no problem. I can chip my way out. And now it's amazing I didn't win this game. So maddening. And I've got like double his clock at this point too. Stupid of me. And if I had more than 26 minutes, I would have waited and made a better move, but I know that's completely fine. Rook takes. And I figured it was bishop d2. I talked myself out of it. And that's just terrible. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Because I looked at that, of course. You have to take it. And then where does the queen go? That's what I couldn't figure out. h3, so I'm just going to give you that pawn. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, Dayton. Come on. Come on. Come on. Jeez. See, I'll get back into this. I took a break while I got adjusted to my new job and the schedule. I was at 1555 and on a pretty good win streak. It's not like riding a bike. Gosh darn it. Son of a bitch. I spent too much time looking at that and trying to find if there was any risk. And so finally I just made a move because I figured I was still winning, but of course I'm not now because it's dumb. I did find the right move there, but I just screwed myself. 22. And from there it got weird. He didn't play very well, but it was good enough at this point. I mean, I'm completely done. So I had a 1. Neither of us played any good. But I'm getting back into consistent play, so I'll get much sharper in the coming weeks. Gosh. Okay. painful to even look at. Yeah, it's G3 or G4 there. I stopped taking notes at this point. Pretty sure I went here. It's what I usually do with my notations in faster time controls, which I consider anything less than 45 minutes. It's too fast. It's barely chess, but it's real. It's real, but it's fast still. Like online chess isn't real, and shorter time controls like rapid and blitz. If you could play tired, I don't consider it real chess. And blitz, even rapid, sleep deprived or not, you're not going to be that different of a player. 45 minutes or more, if you're not rested and focused, have a good attitude and a plan, you're going to get your ass kicked. So that's real chess to me. But when it's hard to write all the notations, I write it until it matters. And I'm still not really here to win. I mean, I want to win, but I'm trying to see a lot of different things. So I'm in it for the long run, baby. I'm gonna figure this shit out. Just how I am. Believe me, I don't prefer it that way. It's a lonely existence. Okay, I would have probably played there, and then if you would have went there. I wouldn't have done that because I ended up here. So I probably played something like there. Shit. Yeah, I would have played there. I know that's right. Then, of course, it's complete. I mean, I know it's over now. I think there. Pretty sure you went there. And I think well, you can't take there because I'll take your rook. I forget what he did. He misplayed it terribly. He was surprised because he knew he was losing, and then I just gave it all away. I'm pretty sure he messed up and gave another check or something weird. I think he did that. And I went there. What did he do? Here. Let's write it down because it's irrelevant at this point. Okay, so then, now that it's in a neat format that I'm used to, which Notepad++ is the best app on the planet, especially if you work in tech, which is, of course, where I learned about it. Okay. O-D6. A6, bishop takes on C6. d4. He takes on d4. Knight takes on e5, bishop e6. D6, knight takes on e6. F takes. Queen 2 e5. F4. Knight c3. Castle short. Queen takes on e4. Rook a to e8. Rook takes on e8. Gosh, it's just painful. Six plus 5. Throw this away. Save it. Not completely sure how I want to label these, but they're all pretty organized, at least in my brain. And eventually these won't matter. I'll be so much better than 1500 range, and especially before that. I don't want their names to ever be out there in case someone's embarrassed. I mean, he won, but some people don't like that probably at the lower levels. I try not to give as little indication as possible. Just the rating. Even something just ridiculous like, is that your only move? Bishop e5, yeah, I guess so. That's my only move. Even just something ignorant like, and that's better than just throwing the damn game away, right? Jeez. That's the move I should have made. It wasn't a good move. When I wasn't sure, I tried to find a good move. But I should have just went with a move that two-move sequence. Or I mean, you kind of got to take the queen and double my pawns and try to fight for a draw. And believe it or not, after this position, it became very interesting. And I should have drawn it. But it's not worth looking at because it's never going to happen. And if it does happen, it's not like you can train for it. You just messed up a lead like I messed up my lead. Okay. That's fucking... I'm happy. I wasn't hit by the tornado. I mean, gratitude. Hashtag gratitude. Pass it on. God dang it. Don't worry. I'm cool as a cucumber in the club. It's not their fault. And this is why I recommend a soundproof phone booth. I mean, I didn't plan that, of course, but that's a great promo. It's not a crime to be angry. And look at that game. I should be angry. That's terrible. And it's all my fault. But what was that guy's name? So probably a decent human. Even if not, he's young. But there was some video I saw, which I don't like that they went after him again. I would have been fine had PDA just banned him when US Chess banned him. But it's not my decision. Ban him even permanently, but don't go and add on to it because of something he might have done later. He was guilty. He's guilty across the board. Do it. It's over. There's your sentence, even if it's too much. But he was one of America's brightest grandmasters, and I don't know what his future is going to look like now. See, he accuses, even if he's guilty, or even if he had that outburst, and so now he's a red flag. There was not evidence, and that's where the world cannot go down that path. And again, to women, even if he is guilty or was guilty in that instance, which I think he was in Sardinia or something, he was some other country, and was reportedly being inappropriate at the hotel. Like he did that, so he's guilty for that. But even if he did that, the second offense, which he was accused of, there's not hard evidence. And he should be punished, but there's no hard evidence. Other men are going to look over and think, well, whether I'm guilty or not, the result is the same. You're going to ruin my life. And you think that's good? Like I won't even go there. I know the name. And I saw a video. I watch videos in between shifts sometimes and when I'm Uber driving. And it was a female professional. And she had a photo of, I think it was her, but a woman chess player. Across the board was a naked man. Kind of like cowering, like I'm at your mercy. And yeah, feminism. I get your point. Women have been wrong, just like men have been wrong throughout history. But to go so far as to reverse the roles, and women have posed half naked, or really closer to naked in some cases that I've seen, by chessboards. And that's their prerogative. There's not a lot of money in chess. And if they're attracted, they have the right to model. And men have a right to say, I want to have sex with you now. Even while they're not during the game, but after the game. If you're going to pose half naked by a chessboard, again, cool. I would marry a woman who poses and doesn't do like hard porn. I'm not judging you. But you cannot hashtag call it out when a man looks at a woman, even if she is by a chessboard, especially if she's by a chessboard. Because the last thing you showed us was tits right by the board. I would recommend posing far away from a chessboard if you don't want men to associate women in chess with a body instead of a brain. But to go so far as to make the man be naked in the picture and I'm going to dominate you, it just makes men go, hold up, especially older men. Hold up. You want to grow your game? There's not enough money in chess. Hold up. If you want money in chess, of course, older people have the money. Granted, parents do too. But you're going to need to grow it to all audiences. And in the sports world, I saw a video with Anna Kramling and Justin Herbert, one of the better quarterbacks in the league. I think he's 27 years old. I don't know if he's married. But someone like him coming to clubs in California where he lives, that would help chess. But if he sees some of those shenanigans, he might say, well, I love my wife. I don't want to be in a position where there might be a photo of me playing a young girl and it looked like I was staring at her body when I was just looking at the position. It's not worth it. I'm a professional athlete. I have a lot of money and I don't want to embarrass my family. That's what you do to men when you think you're helping young women, is that's not worth it. Even if you have a point, once we get older, I'm not saying I disagree or don't respect your passion for your cause. I'm just saying you learn that some things are not worth it and it's not my battle. So men will stay away. And where you jump over that line is not only making a man pose naked or making a little meme of it to show that women are going to be in charge. And if they don't like that, you better get on board. Or it might be my face on the damn naked man that's getting, don't hurt me. But then that's the same woman who went after a man who it appears he was a pretty suspicious character from what I've read. I don't know. But when you see a woman, recreating a photo where she's dominating a naked man, and then just a couple years later, ruined his life, it makes outsiders wonder, okay, was she just doing the right thing and helping young women, or did she finally get one? Did she finally get an example that women will be in control? Was she looking for it? Because that was well before the hashtag called it hashtag Me Too stuff. When I saw that, or when that video was created and that female master was across from a naked man, where you just waiting for an opportunity to ruin a man's life so you can say, don't mess with women. It seems like it. And that's not worth it. It's not worth it. And that's why, with the Christopher Yu example, just ruin him. If you're going to ruin him across the board, he's guilty. He was guilty in St. Louis for assaulting a woman photographer. FIDE, ban him. US Chess, ban him forever if you want to. That's, of course, extreme. We all make mistakes, especially when he's not 18 yet. But that's better than later using that first event, which he was guilty of, to say, yeah, he's probably guilty of the second where he was accused. And ladies, if not for your game, do it for young girls. Because men will be so done with it. And even now, I'm pretty much in and out of the club. Chess people are smart and hyper competitive. You have to be. So as I get better, I don't want to be trapped. I don't want to be put in a situation where, like I said, I feel like one female was looking for a man to hang on a poster and say, women, don't screw with women. I think she was looking for it, and I don't want to be the next victim. Punishment enough. I just blew that lead. Don't make my life any harder than I just did on myself. Just looking at it brings me pain. I'll wrap this up with a little bit of my journey to this point. During COVID lockdown, lost my tech job, / was chased out the door. Google the H-1B visa program. It's in large part why I am the way I am. A little distrusting, not as nice as I used to be. COVID lockdown, had to sell my house. Eventually got into chess, had some money saved. Wasn't getting to reply to my applications. So I was younger at that point. Figured I'd go for it, moved to St. Louis, got a table games doing license. And it was really completely circumstantial, because had I been older than 25, let's say 30 like I am now, I don't think that's too old anymore. I think people should chase their goals, and you can still have a family. And if the opposite sex, whether you're a girl or a guy chasing your dreams, is not open-minded enough to realize there's so much risk everywhere in business these days and no loyalty, to think that you need to cling to a stable job if you're unhappy, I would get rid of them. I think they're probably not a good fit. But at that age, and the way I was brought up and what I was taught in college, is you have a job by now and you work for an established company, or you're a loser. Well, I'm already a loser, because that route got me homeless during the most lonely, stressful time in history, COVID lockdown. So I'm going to do what I want. And that was hard. I remember crying alone after my first stream, which is when I beat a Canadian. And I love Canadian people, but I remember I was talking up Canada. But that was my first win on stream and first episode. And I just went in my bed and cried because at that time, not that my parents were mean, but when's he going to get a job? What's he doing? Is he going back to tech? And I'm like, hurt my feelings a lot because I grew up playing baseball and football, and I didn't like sports, but I would always have friends. My parents would always be proud of me, and just feel like I had nobody that I could call and tell what I was doing, or that I felt like I was good at it or had potential. Just laid down and cried. But I had a lot of confidence because, again, I was 25 or 26 years old. The world was going to crap anyway during COVID. No one knew what was going on. So perfect time to take risk. Like I said, had I been 30 with that mindset I had during lockdown, which is you need to have a stable job, I would have looked at it as I'm too old now. But had I been, 20 or 22, I wouldn't have taken, over a year of competitive speaking and went on weekends to learn from the best speakers at JB Hunt and Tyson, and done impromptu speaking drills with them, and given hundreds of presentations by that point, sometimes without a script, sometimes with props. So I was right in that middle ground. And then COVID lockdown was a perfect time to take some calculated risk anyway. Otherwise, there's no chance I would ever have pursued any of this. But I am 30 now. A lot of my shenanigans, my earliest YouTube videos, they're very fun. I'm doing Mac Miller covers with my shirt off. I usually wasn't drinking, but I would have a drink in my hand if there was some reference to alcohol to be super fun. Jack Daniels, away my sadness. I mixed it with chess because, the time and history, mental health was a big deal. We were all going crazy and we were lonely, confused, scared in 2020. But now that I'm older, it's not as appropriate to be singing, dancing, playing piano with my shirt off. Got to be dramatic in this world of content to be competitive. So I'm going to leave all those videos out there, of course. Not ashamed of it. Hunter Biden's not ashamed of doing cocaine and selling secrets to the Chinese. Going back to my previous employer, Alice Walton concussed a cop, murder someone's mom. And how dare you pull me over, you cop? So I'm not embarrassed anymore. I'm not worried about what people think. And maybe that's the wrong way to rationalize my behavior. But there's my content. It was a hard time in my life and hard time in history. Judge me for it. I don't have time or the energy to do those crazy creative skits anymore and still focus on chess. Like I said, online and streaming does not make you better at real chess. So if you like my videos, please share them. If I can make a living with content, of course I will do entertainment, but not at the expense of my chess. I'll be putting my over-the-board games and my learnings / mistakes from those over-the-board games on my YouTube lives, which is also where I document most of my online play in case there's any cheating accusations as I improve. I could make videos about it, but like I said, I don't really want to be a content creator. I just understand the 50th best chess player in the world doesn't make a living. So that's the top 2% grandmaster. I will never be a grandmaster. How can I expect to make a living if I don't have the content out there? So content is under my lives. I'm going to focus solely on getting my over the board to 1800, and then we'll see how I feel and what my life looks like and where my opportunities are from there. Thank you for joining, and please challenge me daily challenges on chess.com at Late Blooming Chess Prodigy.